public governance now matters more than ever. Governance arrangements is critical for both response and recovery. COVID-19 was not only just a health and a humanitarian and socio-economic crisis, it is a governance crisis. It tested our resilience as governments and our governance systems and institutions. The lack of sufficient accountability and integrity and anti-corruption measures were evident or really showed in this past year. What's to come is to focus more on governance arrangements for recovery and response, meaning that we have to look and take into consideration inclusion and diversity. What we have to also focus on for this year to come and years after that is public sector innovation, risk governance and crisis management. Working with the public, alongside the public, with coherent communication, data collection and analysis, and of course, proceeding with our digital transformation. And all this, I think, will make way for public trust. Public trust is the utmost importance for citizens to trust you. I think we would be more or less in the clear for recovery and responding to the COVID-19 pandemic. International cooperation is not only useful, it's indispensable. International cooperation is essential to confront the shared threat, as well as supporting and facilitating inclusive, sustainable recovery. Globally, we are looking at an unprecedented scale of demands that need unprecedented responses that must be done, again, in a collective effort, because this is a collective crisis and a global crisis. So we need an integrated approach, not just collective, but integrated. To do so, in my opinion, is to abide by a multi-sectoral approach, addressing the recovery needs in the span of physical, social, and economic domains, recovery through sustainability, inclusion of measures that rectify existing social and economic vulnerability factors, and of course, addressing our setbacks. We have to look to the future, but we have to look back at what happened, what we did. Taking into account that this is not, or the world is not going to be as it was, looking at our new normal and to overcome what happened. Focusing on the center of governance resilience, including strategic planning and coordination in management of government operation in midst of the coronavirus crisis. And of course, to do this, we need to accelerate. Accelerating by putting into consideration wider political and financial support, promoting the flow of data between countries, sharing guidance, actions, and tools of best practices. The need for independent and comprehensive evaluation. We have to look at each other and conduct peer reviews, building on and going beyond existing partnerships. Technology, again, technology was and will always be the main tool that we need to overcome this pandemic and recover and respond to the current challenges. Working together on the digital divide, looking at the numbers and seeing who are the most vulnerable, who remain offline. And according to numbers, women and girls are the most vulnerable in this area. So what do we do? I think what we have to do, and focusing on the role of OECD. OECD is in the heart of international cooperation, collaborating with governments and parliaments and international organizations and civil society from across the globe. Makes it the best and main global platform for sharing best practices, strategies, and solutions, giving countries the opportunity to work collective and respond rapidly and efficiently and coherently according to the emergency responses we need. Because again, we are approaching 2030. Thank you so much.